Good morning, you guys. Okay, let me get you pulled up on my phone so I can see who is on, if anybody's on. Michelle! I haven't seen your name in a long time. I hope you're doing okay. I wonder where you're at now. I know y'all travel a lot. Good to see you. Thank you so much for joining. Sweet Michelle. Oh. Okay. So this morning, it's kind of a rainy morning here in South Texas. I don't know if it's raining where you are. I'm having some allergies. Every time it rains, it brings in some allergies, but that's okay. It's okay. My my garden and my plants are loving it. Yeah, Michelle, we need to catch up. I don't know if you're still in the area. We could go to lunch or something. Okay, you guys, so this morning what I'm doing is a card pull, something to guide you in your day today. Today's Tuesday. It's gonna be a beautiful day, regardless of the rain. Like the Dutch say, there's no such thing as bad weather, just bad clothing. I remember I used to blame the weather for my moods sometimes. I'd be like, oh, it's a rainy, cloudy day, or it's too hot, or it's too cold. And since I've been doing this work, I realize how ridiculous it is to blame the weather on your moods. And it's okay if you do that. I would like for you to see another layer to that the weather is not responsible for your mood, that you are responsible for the thoughts and emotions, and you can change those thoughts and emotions in a split second if you choose to. It's a choice. Hi, Evelyn. Hey, Gary. Thank you for joining. Michelle, you're in Nashville. Okay, well, maybe we can chat over Messenger or Zoom or something. Good morning, you guys. Thank you for joining. I was just talking about how you shouldn't blame the weather for your bad mood. I remember I used to do that all the time. It's something I always heard my granny say. She kind of blamed the weather for the way she was feeling, or sometimes people give the weather, let the weather be a pass for feeling a certain way. And once you start on this journey, you just this journey, this spiritual journey, right? This journey of personal development, of self-healing, of taking responsibility for the things that are in your head, the thoughts and emotions, and recognizing that you have the power to change your reality by way of your thoughts and emotions. You can no longer blame the weather for stuff. Okay. So I'm going to pick as a card something that's just going to guide us for the day, give us a little comfort, give us a little clarity, a little wisdom, something to just look for in our day, something to be aware of. I'm going to journal this card when I'm done here with you guys. I highly recommend you journal the card as well. I'll give you a little bit of a journaling prompt after I pull a card. First, I need another sip of coffee. Who's drinking coffee? Is anybody drinking coffee with me out there? Hey, Michael, thank you for joining. Okay. Coffee is so good. So good. Okay. I'm going to get to it. I'm going to quit talking and pick us a card. I'm going to get centered real quick. Just a few in and out breaths. You can totally do this with me if you want. If you want to get serious about getting yourself grounded wherever you are right now, as long as you're not driving, you can put your right hand on your heart. And just breathe in and out. And just know that you are loved. You are safe. Know that you are abundant. Abundance is a choice. And when we get centered and when we get grounded, we can tune into that choice, right? There's abundance all around us, everywhere around us, everywhere in our space right now, on our body, in our body, on the surfaces around us. If you just open your eyes, there's abundance everywhere, right? Abundance is a choice. It's a frequency that you tune into. It's everywhere. Okay, I'm gonna pick a card. The universe is gonna speak to me and through me. It's gonna offer you some guidance, some wisdom, some clarity. Maybe there's something that's been bothering you, something you've been working on the past month, the past couple of weeks. Maybe it's something you woke up with this morning in the past 5 minutes. And you're gonna get some guidance and some wisdom on that, some comfort, some clarity. Okay. I'm sorry about my dogs, guys, if y'all can hear them barking. They bark at the school children that walk to school in the mornings. And I just let them do it. Hey, Patty. Hey, Jasmine. Thank y'all for joining. So we're pulling a card for the day. We're pulling a card that is going to give us some guidance for the day. Okay. Oh, this is a good one, you guys. Self-forgiveness. I imagine that some of us on this live this morning need this card. Okay. So this is a beautiful card. The image on the card is this beautiful mermaid. She's sitting up on a rock and her chin is down, and she looks like she's doing some personal care, some self-care. She's combing her hair. She looks very introspective. She's alone and she's with herself, and her head is down. So self-forgiveness. This card tells us to let go of guilt and remember that you are God's perfect child. So I love self-forgiveness because, guys, I've had to work through this tenfold. I've had to work through this and work through this again and work through this again. This card it's speaking right to my soul. Okay. So let's talk about guilt. So this card tells us to let go of guilt and remember that you are God's perfect child. So self-forgiveness, we know there needs to be self-forgiveness in our life when we are guilty, when we are ridden with guilt, when we feel guilty at every turn of our life. Right? When we wake up and we're feeling the remnants of guilt for something, maybe we can't quite pinpoint it. Maybe we know exactly what it is. Maybe it's a situation that happened a year ago, a month ago, last week, or a phone call that happened yesterday. So guilt is a signpost. It's a pointer that there's something you need to forgive yourself for, that you need to give yourself compassion, that you need to let something go. So I've made a video about guilt before. I'll just give y'all a shortened version of that video I did because I'm very passionate about guilt. I don't any longer. It still comes sometimes, but I lived for 30 something years. 30 years, you guys. Like, I can identify this guilt feeling ever since I was a small child. I felt guilty for freaking everything. I lived with a guilt cycle for 30 years where it was this cycle of guilt, of guilt, of guilt, of guilt, of guilt, of guilt. Every conversation left me feeling guilty, not enough. I should have done more. I should have said this. I should have done that. The people pleaser part of me, if I said no to something, I missed something, I couldn't go to something, I felt guilty for that. What do they think of me? Oh my God, I'm a bad friend, I'm a bad person, da 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 da, right? I felt guilty for everything. I felt guilty for feeling guilty. It was a sick cycle. Michael, you too? Yes. Jasmine, yes. Oh my God. Like it's this self-sabotaging, shame cycle. It's disgusting. It's gross. You don't need it. So what I want to tell you is that guilt serves no purpose. I'm going to say that again. Guilt serves no purpose. It's completely freaking useless. It is useless, serves no purpose. So I'm just going to share a quick story with you that this was especially rampant in me because as a child, and my mom, I don't blame her. She was just doing the best she could, but she said something to me that was very damaging as a child. She told me that if I felt guilty, if I had guilt, that it meant I was doing something wrong, that it was my conscience. So for a long time, these guilty feelings that I felt were intertangled in what I thought was my conscience. And if I felt guilty, then for some reason I was in the wrong because I had been told very young that that guilt meant it was my conscience, and my conscience was always truth. Who can relate to that? I'm here to tell you that is not true. That is not true. Now, if there's an obvious situation where you punch someone, your conscience may say, oh my gosh, that wasn't right. Probably shouldn't have lost my temper and punched someone, right? But beyond that, guilt serves no purpose. So this is how you can feel. Another way you can feel about that, okay? Guilt is from something you either did do or didn't do, right? So you're having guilt from a situation either you did do or you didn't do. So it's regret over having done something or regret over having not done something. So I want you to let that shit go right now, because the past is in the past and the future is in the future, right? So if you are present, if you stay here in this now moment, from what's one moment to the next, that is all that matters. The past happened in a now moment. The future will happen in a now moment. Guilt serves no purpose, because whatever happened in the past that you have regret about, that you have whatever this guilt feeling is about, it's in the past. That was a past version of yourself. You are different now, right? You know what you know now. Maybe you didn't know the things you knew then, or maybe you were suckered into some kind of guilt or some kind of scenario, but you know now, in this now moment, that guilt serves absolutely no purpose. So you can forgive yourself for that past, because that past version of you is no longer the version that you are now. That is old news. You literally shed skin each moment of the day. I'm not even who I was when I first started this live call. I'm not even who I was 5 minutes ago. I want you to think about it in that extreme, because when you do think about it, and it's truth, when you think about it in that way, you're able to shed that old skin. You're able to forgive yourself for the last 5 minutes, last 5 years, last 50 years, whatever it is, because that version of you is no longer truth. The only thing that's truth is right here in this now moment. Guilt serves no purpose. Did you know that humans are the only animal that replay the past? And your body doesn't know the difference between replaying the past and reliving the past, right? So it serves no purpose. Do not do it. Why cause yourself repeated suffering? The past is in the past. That version of you no longer exists. You are who you are right now in this now moment. So now let's talk about the future. The future can only happen in the now moment. Agreed? The future can't happen in the future. It only happens in this now moment. So there's no point in spending mental and emotional energy in the future when that future is going to happen in the now moment. So the point of that is, if you stay focused, if you stay present, and you stay in this now moment, the future will be happening in this now moment, and you'll be presenting the best version of yourself in that future, right? Because if you are the best version of yourself right here, right now, by way of staying present and staying conscious and staying here, keeping your mind, body, and soul, staying in alignment in this now moment. If you are in that alignment and you're the best version of yourself right here, right now, then naturally you are going to create the right action and be the person you want to be in the future, because that future is only happening in the now moment. So that's the only way you can be what it is you want to be. It's by merging with yourself, the self that you want to be right here, right now, so that that future self is a reflection of the self that you want to be. Does that make sense? So guilt serves no purpose. Let that shit go. Whether it was 5 minutes, last week, the past 30 years, you are no longer that version of yourself. You're no longer that person. So forgive yourself, for you did not know what you did not know, but you know it now. You know it now. You now have the clarity, the knowledge, the wisdom, the foresight, the consciousness, the awareness. If you stay present, if you stay in alignment, you will create the future that you want. You will no longer have to feel guilty about anything. You don't ever have to feel guilty. Guilt is a choice. You don't have to feel guilty. Never feel guilty for who you are, even for who you were in the past. I have a checkered past. I have things that I'm not proud of. I have lots of shameful things, but I have to look at myself and forgive myself and love myself and have compassion for myself, because I did not know what I did not know in those moments that I was creating that chaos or that whatever it is. I am who I am right now, in this moment right now. And this moment is always passing, and I'm always shedding skin. I'm always I'm always having a rebirth. I'm always evolving. So, guys, self-forgiveness. Self-forgiveness. Let go of the guilt and remember that you're God's perfect child. Okay? You're perfect. Who you were in the past is perfect. Who you are right now is perfect. Who you are in the future is perfect. You were okay. You were always okay. You were always loved. You were always safe. You are always okay. So your takeaway from this is that guilt serves no purpose. Just let go of it. Just let go of it. It serves no purpose, you guys. If there's something that you can't let go of that you feel guilty about and it involves another person, my ask is that no matter what the feelings are associated or attached to that feeling, that guilt, that person, when this live ends, get off of here and send them a text message. Call them, write them a letter, resolve that shit right now. Let it go and don't think about it again. If there's somebody you've wronged, if there's somebody you hurt, and you can't reach out to them, you can't make amends with them, then you can go into a meditative, just get with yourself, get in a meditation, and just say it out loud, whatever you want to hear. And I promise you, their consciousness, their awareness, their energy will feel it, see it, hear it, and resolve it. And that will be resolved within you. So if there's something you can tangibly do about the guilt so that you can forgive yourself, freaking do it. Rip that Band-Aid off. Do it, do it, do it. Otherwise, let the shit go. If you're not going to resolve it, if you're not going to do anything about it, and it's something major, let it go. If it's something petty, who cares? Let it go. Let it go. It serves no purpose. Okay? I love you guys. I'm here for you. I'm rooting for you. If this message this morning resonated with you, please share, tag somebody. I'm showing up every weekday morning and Saturday morning here for you guys. I can't promise you what time because it kind of varies the time I show up, but I'm showing up here and love you and I'm rooting for you. And oh my God, like this is as healing for me as it is for you. Okay. I love you. I love you. I love you. Y'all have an amazing day. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Jasmine. Who else do I have on here? Thank you, Michelle, Patty, Gary, Evelyn. I appreciate you guys. Y'all have a beautiful day, okay? I hope something magical happens to you. Bye-bye. See ya.